Wholeness, 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 wholeness. Happy now. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturn Day. Saturday is ruled by the energy of Saturn. What does Saturn deal with? Saturn deals with restrictions, limitations, boundaries, gaining stability within one's life, so, and, it's sort of, how I say that, and the perception that, the general perception that the collective has on the day Saturday, is more free, sort of like a vibe of Friday, let's say Friday when I was in going to school and shit, when I was in, let's say, elementary school, whenever you went to school on Friday, it didn't matter if you were going to school, you just had that really good feeling. You were feeling that energy, feeling that influence from Venus, being the pleasure, the relationships, and the feeling that you felt that happy feeling on Fridays. But then the next day on Saturday, usually you still feel like, oh, since I didn't go to school, since I didn't go to work today on Saturday, since it's a weekend, and I use air quotes on weekend because, really, if you know about the saying, the first shall be last, last shall be first, Sunday comes first. So, I'm going off topic, but basically Saturday, this is a day truly where, at least for me, is where, I place limits and restrictions, and I detach. This is a day of, recognizing detachment. I detach from something. So Saturday I do not eat at all. I might even do a dry fast. I just pick something to detach from, so that's just me. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into the title of this video and why I'm actually making this video. So this video is gonna be about happiness. Okay, it's gonna be about happiness. So, okay, what do you think about when you hear the word happy? What this word happy, what does it bring? How does it make you feel? What do you imagine when you hear the word happy? What comes to vision? So just like, any feeling, any state of being, it's something that you have to attain. You might have heard this somewhere. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is a choice. You might have heard this somewhere, but yeah, it is what it is. Just like any state of being, wherever you're vibrating at, whatever state of being you choose to reside, that's where you will be. Okay, so this happy state of being, just like any other state of being, so you, as the creator of your reality, not only the creator of your reality, but the government, let that sink in, the government of your governmental, the governor of your thoughts and your emotions, okay? You have the choice, to, now, there is no, your thoughts your thoughts are formed by your emotions. Okay, so no, your thoughts, calibrates are one with your emotions, basically. So if you follow me on Instagram, I speak about this, several times, that, as spirits, we do not only eat physically, but we eat from thoughts and emotions. Okay, so I say chaotic thoughts will lead to chaotic emotions, which will lead to chaotic actions. This is what I say: frequency, vibration, energy. Okay, so nothing is formed without a thought. Everything is first thought. Everything is first is spiritual, a thought, frequency. Okay, this is the process, the three process. First, it's the frequency. Okay, the thoughts, you put it out there. Now we receive thoughts. Keep that in mind. As a spirit, since the very, since your solar return, your earth day, your birthday, when you chose to come into this earth 3D realm, this earth realm, you've been receiving. The first thing you did was you took in a deep breath. You received that breath, okay? So just like that, we receive thoughts, okay? So when you receive a thought, realize that you are not your thoughts. You receive them, right? So when you receive a thought and you let it filter through your solar, first, you check it, just like this is an example for the Tauruses, okay? So when you go to, when you check in, when you go to the store, let's say Foot Locker, and you want to buy a shoe, okay? Do you just pick the shoe off the shelf and be like, okay, I want this one, this specific one? Or do you get the, or do you get the worker and say, hey, can I have this in my size? You see? So you receive the thought. Then you filter through the thought. You're like, is this a thought that I'm vibing with? Do I want this frequency? Okay. Do I want to vibe? When you use the word vibe, that's when you are letting the thoughts come down into your solar system and you are vibing with that thought. Okay, so when you receive a thought, you first, and another, I like to call it, basically like a filter. Okay, so I filter thoughts, filter through thoughts. So I say my universe is filtering the thoughts that I receive. My solar system is filtering the thoughts that I'm receiving. Okay, so when I receive a thought, I check it out first. I check it out. Do I want to vibe with this thought? Do I really want this thought to go through my solar system? And if it does, yeah, you can come on through. And then I'm going to edit the thought to how I want this thought form, to benefit me. Okay? So, simple, not complex at all. However, it just depends on the energy. It depends on the spirit, on how spiritually you are inclined, to this process. And, it all starts, with that conscious and that more subconscious aware, your subconscious and your conscious awareness. Okay, so the level of conscious you allow yourself to go, and the level of subconscious you level of reprogramming the subconscious you've done. Okay, so again, so happy. So I say all of that to say this: when you receive a thought, okay, that is not vibrating on that happy state of being or that happy frequency, or at least when I receive a thought that isn't vibing on the happy frequency, that isn't vibing on the happy state of being, I have all the rights in the world to put death to that thought. How do you put death to a thought? You say fuck that thought without any conviction, you know, knowing that your words are your spells. Or you could just simply think it, you know, you put death to that thought, and you bring a new thought, and you keep it in your mind. You just be like, fuck that thought in your mind. Or, you know, you can bring it practical, actually cast a spell and say fuck that thought. Or you can just keep it within, in the yin, because, you know, this is all going on in the yin. Okay, so this is truly you know, just any state of being, any frequency, any state of being that you like to reside at. Okay, so you can practice this by yourself. Practice being in a happy state of being. You know, you can even set a timer for type shit. You be like, okay, I want to stay in this state of being for this amount of time. I want to stay in this state of being for this amount of time. I'd say a state of being that I've truly mastered is the state of being of contentment. I would say that state of being of contentment is a state of being that I reside, you know, and, you know, is I truly have mastered. You know, that's a state that I'm welcome in, like, that I'm just at 24/7. Okay, so yeah, this has been a video on happiness, and how happiness is not different from sadness. Happiness is not different from, you know, anger. All these emotions is just your choice as the government of your reality, the government of your mental and your emotions. Okay, you have the choice to pick any state of being you want to reside as. Okay, this is in Fresh Sage signing out. All is now. Okay, so we catch you next now.